watching out for you. This is Storm Team 8.
After a wet morning across parts of West Michigan, we have dried things out, at least for the current time being. Had a small batch of showers that developed near Kalamazoo. Battle Creek raced off to the northeast, and we are dry right now. In fact, nothing to track for you across southwest lower Michigan or even the Midwest for that matter, but that story will be changing this afternoon as we do look for some strong to perhaps severe thunderstorms to develop. You can see this familiar yellow shade, the slight risk area for severe weather, does encompass many of the areas that it did yesterday. And if you remember yesterday at noon, not only was I talking about the severe weather chances yesterday afternoon, but for today. And this looks very similar to what the day 2 outlook was yesterday. You can see from Grand Rapids south to Indianapolis, the east side of St. Louis there. Our biggest threats are going to be some hail about an inch in diameter or some stronger winds, say 58, 60 miles an hour. With all of that being said, though, our chance for severe weather today does appear to be a little bit lower and a little bit less widespread as compared to what we saw yesterday. We will be watching this closely through the afternoon, and it looks like the best timing on some of those stronger storms would be later on this afternoon into the evening hours. Then once we lose the daytime heating, we'll likely lose that severe weather threat as well, even though I think we'll see another batch of showers and storms roll through tonight and into the daytime hours tomorrow. At this point, when this batch comes through, I am not terribly concerned about severe weather, more so the lightning and the torrential rainfall that could come from that. And all of this clears out with the low pressure system, the thunder, the lightning, the rain, just in time for Memorial Day weekend. Will lead to cooler conditions, but should be pleasant for most of you. Up to 74 in Grand Rapids. We've been fighting some cloud cover. 74 in Kalamazoo. Same thing for South Haven. Still, though, look at the dew points. This is one of those parameters we look at to see how much moisture is in the air. What can we really do with this? Do we have enough to actually see some of these thunderstorms pop up? With these in the low to mid 60s, there is enough moisture out there, so we just need a trigger to get some of those storms to develop. Winds southerly to southwesterly at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. We could see some of these gusts up around 25 or 30 miles an hour this afternoon, so very similar to what we saw yesterday with that occasionally gusty wind. Here's the noon hour. I wanted to run it through the afternoon just like I did yesterday so you can see the evolution of what is expected to happen per this computer model. Now this is indicating a little bit of the shower activity, and you saw some of that sped off to the northeast at noon. Look what happens through the course of 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. A couple of scattered showers and storms pop up through 6 p.m. This is where we really have to watch to see if some of those thunderstorms can develop. These are the ones that have the potential to become strong to severe. Notice the temps are in the low 80s, and then by midnight that batch is cleared out, and much of the threat for severe weather will be ending about this time. Air temps are right around 70 degrees, and then late tonight into tomorrow morning, just like we had this morning. If you were watching Terry and Matt on Daybreak, they were tracking out the showers and storms for you. We have another chance to see those showers and what looks to be at this point non-severe thunderstorms through the day tomorrow, but some heavy rain certainly a possibility. The 8-day forecast shows the rain continuing on Thursday. Cooler temps in place then, and it will turn quite breezy, although severe weather is not expected on Thursday either. Much of the day will be spent in the 50s, and we clear things out just in time for the weekend. Temps start out a little bit cool here. We're in the mid-60s Friday. We start to climb on Saturday, and in terms of low temperatures, we should avoid the frost here in the Grand Rapids metro area, but say near and north of M20 here Friday morning, you could be looking at a frost there.
Really?
Yeah.
I was hoping we'd had the last of that.
I know many people were. I think if you live in the Grand Rapids area, south to around Kalamazoo, you're likely going to be okay. But some of those typically cooler spots, you could see that frost again, and it's not unlikely for some of those areas, or it's pretty typical that we do see that later frost, especially a little farther north.
All right. Yep.
It is Michigan. All right. Thank you, Laura.